There's a Woman to Watch, Fridays on CBS. And here's why. Detective Rose Phillips, a good cop for a good reason.
The challenge.
Police! Let's go! Drop the gun!
And the responsibility.
I look out for myself.
You can't watch your own back. The people you help.
All you care about is your murder case.
The people you work with. It's the ultimate trust.
You give him hell, Philip.
What just happened here?
She's a real good cop.
Yeah, the people.
Karen Silas, Detective Rose Phillips, The Woman to Watch, Under Suspicion, Friday.
Dave welcomes Richard Lewis, Melissa Etheridge, and Linda Fiorentino tonight on The Late Show with David Letterman. Thanks for watching.
Ahead on Eyewitness News, a Virginia beauty queen goes on trial for attempted murder.
Tonight's medical report looks at where we stand on breastfeeding and its benefits to mother and child. And we'll look at the pitfalls of dating services in our special series, Single and Searching.
That again. Great.
Washington's news station. This is Eyewitness News.
Good evening, I'm Maureen Bunyan.
And I'm Gordon Peterson. A former Virginia beauty queen went on trial today for trying to kill the family of her ex-boyfriend's new lover. Prosecutors say the former Miss Williamsburg, Tracy Lippard, drove to West Virginia armed with a gun, a knife, and a hammer, intent on murder. Channel 9's Gary Reels has our report.
23-year-old Tracy Lippard is accustomed to parading before judges and being photographed, but never before has it been the way it was today as the 6-foot-tall blonde beauty queen walked into the county courthouse with her lawyer. This time the judge was a circuit judge. This time there is a jury of her peers. This time the charges include attempted murder and malicious wounding.
She told Teresa Dixon that she intended to go to this house. She intended to cut the baby of Melissa out of her. Melissa at this time was some 8 months pregnant. And she said, flop it on the table. She said she realized she was going to have to kill the Whiteville family members. And she was going to burn the house down.
This afternoon, as the two sides gave their opening statements, the jury was told that Tracy Lippard came to West Virginia only to confront her boyfriend and his other girlfriend.
She acted rather stupidly to have been here, particularly with a gun in her possession. Whatever happened, Mr. Whiteville, she was definitely sorry about. She had no intention of doing him any harm. She had absolutely no intention of doing any harm to his family. We've dismissed those a great number of charges here, and we analyze them very carefully. You'll find that she may be guilty of some misdemeanors and some minor things, but she's not a horrible person.
It happened last February, just after Tracy Lippard finished her reign as Miss Williamsburg. It happened at the Lewisburg, West Virginia home of Melissa Weichel, the other woman in this lover's triangle. The prosecution contends Lippard got into the Weichel house, claiming her car had broken down. Once inside, she is accused of carrying her 9mm, a butcher knife, and of attacking Melissa Weichel's father first with a hammer.
It was just a surprise. I guess it was the hammer hit me on the head, and I blanked out, I'm sure, for a split second. I don't know how long, but I did blank out, but I was able to catch myself on the counter, and as I turned around, in her right hand, she still had the handle.
Rodney Weichel is a retired Secret Service agent who was able to subdue the female assailant that afternoon before she was able to pull the gun that she had with her that day. Essentially, the defense contends this is a case of excessive prosecution. The prosecution case continues in the morning. In Lewisburg, West Virginia, I'm Gary Reels, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
There was panic at a downtown Washington intersection this afternoon. Police say a car ran a red light at 21st and L Streets Northwest. It then hit another car and went up on the sidewalk. There it hit a 9-year-old school crossing guard and a 60-year-old man. The two were carried on the hood of the car for more than a dozen feet. Tonight, the child is listed in fair condition. The man is in satisfactory condition. D.C. police have charged the driver of the car, a 73-year-old Northwest D.C. man, with running a red light.
Charges are pending against a 23-year-old man accused of holding a baby hostage in Landover. Prince George's County Police say they pulled over Lawrence Gwynn for a traffic violation, but he fled to a nearby apartment building. A woman ran outside screaming that Gwynn had a gun and was holding her baby inside. After an hour and a half, police stormed the apartment and took Gwynn into custody. The baby was not injured. Police say Gwynn fled the traffic stop because he was wanted for armed robbery.
Maryland Governor-elect Paris Glendening today named his wife and a Baltimore businessman as co-chairs of his transition team. Frances Ann Hughes Glendening is an attorney who works for the Federal Elections Commission. James T. Brady manages the Baltimore office of an auditing firm. On another note, Glendening today said he doesn't believe there will be any general tax increases in Maryland, but he may consider raising the state's gasoline tax to finance road construction and mass transit.
2 Washington area teachers were honored tonight at the Warner Theater. They were among the nationwide winners of the American Teacher Awards. As Channel 9's Don Ellison reports, the evening included several well-known Hollywood stars.
A star-studded cast of presenters joined 36 teachers chosen from throughout the country for the 5th annual American Teacher Awards.
For my students, now go do your homework. In fact, wait till the show is over.
Awards were presented in 12 different categories with 3 teachers vying in each, and a pair of teachers from our area were included among the honorees. Barbara Pope Bennett, a foreign language teacher at Banneker High School in Northwest D.C., was Teacher of the Year last year in the District of Columbia and is now recognized in the top 3 nationally.
To realize that you have sitting before you your own future, it makes it, very awesome to me.
At Vienna's James Madison High School, Patrick Deegan coaches basketball and teaches social studies. His round ball teams have won 189 while losing 17 over the past 6 years, and he was chosen the outstanding athletic coach in the country.
I come down on the side, obviously, of competition, and athletics is good because it teaches 2 things that maybe we're missing a little bit in the country right now. That's like ethical behavior and integrity.
For these teachers chosen best in America, there is now an added luster, an affirmation of the work that they've done in shaping today's generation of children. But is there also added pressure now?
No. Pressure comes every day when you want to do the best you can do.
At the Warner Theater, Don Ellison, Channel 9, Eyewitness News.
Let's go to Doug Hill and see what kind of weather those kids of those teachers will have at the bus stop tomorrow morning. Doug?
Well, Maureen, in the morning, the bus stop's going to be very much like it is right now. Cloudy, breezy, damp, and cool with a little light rain in the area. That's the bus stop deal. Now, let's take a look at radar over the past few hours, and you'll see why we're seeing this. There was earlier this evening a large area of rain over Pennsylvania and western Maryland that just disappeared, and now we have a new larger area of rain redeveloping along the southeast coast in Delmarva. Some of that rain will work its way in overnight to the Washington area, and all that is an outgrowth of Tropical Storm Gordon, which is a whole story in itself. We'll cover that and more for you a little bit later. Gordon, Maureen?
Thank you. Coming up on Eyewitness News, Tropical Storm Gordon is back in the Atlantic, but Florida is reeling from its effects. Doug Hill will have the latest on the state of emergency in Florida.
Also tonight, our medical report shows us where we stand on breastfeeding and its benefits to mother and child.
Ahead on Eyewitness News, at what cost romance? Clients of a local dating service say they didn't get what they bargained for. I'm Miriam Hernandez. The story coming up.
Tonight on Dave, funny man Richard Lewis and singer Melissa Etheridge.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Connie Chung. Good night, America.
Tonight on The Late Show.
320 Oak Lane, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Mail it to 2300 Playa, San Antonio, Texas.
There really is no place like home, and many Americans own theirs today in part because of Fannie Mae. We make sure mortgage lenders have money to lend for homes, and we provide a free guide to help you decide if you're ready to buy, and a follow-up guide to help find the mortgage that's right for you. Call 1-800-688-HOME, and Fannie Mae will put you on the path to home ownership.
A 190 horsepower engine, available 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel anti-lock brakes. Now that's tough. But how to get your hands on that kind of power and control? Well, that's easy. With this tough-to-beat Jeep Cherokee deal from your Jeep and Eagle dealer, get a Cherokee Sport and get an easy $500 in option package values. But hurry in today, because a deal this great won't always come easy. And if you miss it, tough.
See your National Capital Area Jeep and Eagle dealer, where you can expect the best.
you're looking at millions of dollars of lost savings. Savings you never received because your business used AT&T. Which is why when it comes to savings, hundreds of thousands of businesses are demanding proof. MCI will analyze your AT&T bill and give you proof positive, written proof of how much your business can save by switching to MCI. So call MCI and see how much of this is yours.
It's Hecht's biggest sale of the year with savings up to 50%. Shop Friday 8 till 11, Saturday 8 till midnight. Get into the biggest sale of the year, only at Hecht's.
Being called a landmark study in the history of medicine, Scandinavian research has confirmed for the first time that a cholesterol-lowering drug can sharply reduce the risk of death in people with heart disease. The drug, simvastatin, lowered the chance of dying by 30% during 5 years of treatment for heart attacks and angina chest pain. Simvastatin also reduced the need for coronary bypass operations and angioplasty by 37%.
Since the beginning of time, breastfeeding has been a gift mothers have given their babies. Until the 20th century, expectant mothers never asked the question, should I nurse? Tonight in our continuing series, Where Do We Stand? Medical and science reporter Bob Waltich looks at the latest scientific views on the benefits of breastfeeding. Bob?
Maureen, after millennia of development, it took only a few short decades for one species of mammals, humans, to move away from breastfeeding their young. But now the practice is once again strongly encouraged for the vast majority of women.
In almost all cases, breast milk is the ideal baby food, helping to protect against infections and allergies, offering nourishment and a bond with the mother, who also benefits. For her, breastfeeding helps the uterus to return to normal size, seems to lower the risk for developing breast cancer, promotes a feeling of physical well-being, and is convenient in its portability. When should breastfeeding begin?
Immediately after birth, although within an hour, hopefully. Within a very short period of time, there may not be nutritional value to the breastfeeding, but the newborn healthy baby probably doesn't need nutrition immediately. The association, however, will promote breastfeeding, so when the mother goes home and the nutritional content of the breast milk is higher, then the child will have practiced and will be able to latch onto the breast.
Dr. Goldstein says breastfeeding is a skill that must be learned.
One of the major deterrents to breastfeeding has been an inability for women to learn how to breastfeed. It's really not a natural function like in lower animals, and we find that women who've been educated, especially in the prenatal period about breastfeeding, and then are immediately educated immediately postpartum, those women are much more successful breastfeeders than women who think of it as just a natural function.
There's new scientific evidence that suggests breastfed babies have less brain dysfunction and behavioral problems than bottle-fed infants, and the practice is enjoying a comeback, even among working mothers. But there are women who should not breastfeed.
Right now, we feel that in modern communities, women who are HIV positive probably should not breastfeed because there is a suspicion that the virus can traverse the breast milk.
Many women breastfeed periodically up to a year or even 2 years after the birth of the baby. Dr. Goldstein says the nutritional value is probably not as great after 6 months. He says the baby gradually outgrows the breast milk and needs other foods to keep growing.
Thank you,
Bob. Still to come, Marriage with a Price Tag. Our special series, Single and Searching, looks at the pros and cons of dating services.
And Doug Hill will join us with the complete Thursday weather forecast in just a moment.
Panasonic camcorder tapes play in your VHS recorder. Not all camcorders can do that. If anyone tells you that's not important, they're giving you a snow job. Get the Panasonic camcorder or take your chances.
Panasonic, just slightly ahead of our time.
Shoppers Food Warehouse buys fresh from the source, and we pass the savings on to you. Our seafood departments are filled with fresh fish and seafood, and every item is total warehouse price. And warehouse prices like Ritz crackers, assorted varieties, $1.98. Kraft Philadelphia cream cheese or Breakstone sour cream, 78 cents. And Tennessee Pride fresh pork sausage, mild or hot, pound roll, $1.44. Savings fresh from the source at Shoppers, your savings store, and more.
The best Toyotas ever are here. Including the all-new full-size Toyota Avalon. It's big with room for 6. And so are the bargains during Toyota's big full-size sales event. Start with 95 Toyota Camrys priced like 94 Camrys. Check the full-size bargains on Toyota Tercel. It's all new for 95. Or go for the big savings on Toyota 4Runners. Toyota's big full-size sales event is on now. Don't miss the bargains.
Don't miss the Tuna Christmas, the hilarious sequel to Greater Tuna starring the original cast of 2.
Howdy. Howdy. Let's talk about ducks.
Art, come on in. To see a Tuna Christmas at the Warner Theater.
Well, stay
At a tour de force of comic acting.
Well, I'll be...
At the Warner Theater, call Ticketmaster at 202-432-7328 for tickets now.
It's the way we make you feel that makes people fly British Airways. The world's favorite airline.
If you do only one thing this Saturday, make sure you shop Woody's Super Saturday Sale for 20 to 50% savings, only at Woody's.
We haven't had too much rain in this part of the country.
No, it's been more threatening. Yeah, more threatening skies than anything else. And in fact, a lot of the rain's been on radar most of the day from like Washington northward, just kind of evaporated tonight. But there's a lot more rain. It's a very strange tropical storm, and the whole weather system's setting up on the East Coast is weird.
Gordon.
You should have known by the name. I was going to say that. You should have known by the name. Should have been a giveaway right there.
It'd be a little weird, right?
That's right. It's not over yet. There's still got three more days, I think, we're going to deal with this system along the East Coast. And one weather system can lead to another, is going to lead to another kind of a chain reaction out of the Atlantic. Let's get right to it. Let's get to our numbers, then we'll get to the maps for you. Here they are. The numbers officially in the books for this Wednesday, a high of 63. That was just after midnight, the low of 49 for the day. And there you see the averages and the records. At this hour at Broadcast House, we're at 48 degrees, 77% humidity, a rising barometer, winds out of the north-northeast at 12, and air quality today with some good range at 15 for sulfur dioxide. All right, let's take a look at the satellite loop, and remember the past couple days, if you've been keeping score at home, we've watched this thing go this way, that way, and that. Last night it was headed out northwest of Key West, if you remember, this time last evening. It stopped and then turned and went back across Florida during the day, spawning more tornadoes, more floods, more of a mess. And at this hour, the center is now about 80 miles northeast of Melbourne, Florida. It continues to move up to the northeast at about 15 miles per hour, and as it gets over the Gulf Stream, getting more circulation to it as well. Take a look at radar, and you can see the rain moving off the coast, but soon it's going to be out of radar range, so we're not going to have any detection for you. Meanwhile, we've got our own next area of weather problems with a frontal system up through the Carolinas. Take a look at some videotape. Problem today was a rescue that was made off the Miami River near Homestead, where a car was washed off of a bridge down there. 4 people rescued from the cars. Unfortunately, one of the persons who was rescued later died from his injuries. And Barefoot Bay, they're still cleaning up from yesterday's tornado there in a retirement community not far from Melbourne, Florida, where the tornadoes ripped apart dozens and dozens of mobile homes. 1 fatality and a couple of injuries reported there. All right, now back in our part of the world, we've got our own rain during the evening hours. The showers to the north have gone away, but now this becomes the primary player in the forecast. That's showers and thunder showers to the north. The quickest way I can sum this all up for you is to tell you that we've got high pressure to the north, a stationary front to the south, and the